Yo, what is up, guys? The Ostrich here. Welcome back to a brand new video. Today, we are back once again on Rebirth Champions Ultimate, and today, I am finally going to be showing you guys how to macro the brand new Falling Leaves event minigame. So, this is the newest minigame that was introduced to the game with the fall event. Basically, you just got to go around, destroy the trees in the event world to unlock rewards. Points are collected with other players on the server. So, it's best to do this if you guys can get like a full lobby of people that are also doing it. So like grind with your friends or find people in my Discord server. We have a whole channel for finding servers with people grinding the event. Make sure you guys join that. It's linked in the description. But like always, before we get into the video, I'm gonna roll last video's Supreme giveaway winner. So let's go ahead and do that. And there we go. We just loaded 121 comments. Let's pick a winner. Congratulations to Castell Head. I'm going to go ahead and add your Roblox account. Please be sure to accept that, and I will get you your Supreme as soon as possible. And for today's video, make sure you guys leave your username in the comment down below once again, as I will be giving away another Supreme. So far, only one person has claimed the Supreme giveaway, so if people don't start claiming, I might have to re-roll. But anyways, let's get straight into the video. And then there is also a whole set of achievements for the event. Each achievement will give you either extra damage to the trees, because at the start it takes you like 10 hits to destroy them. So you guys are gonna have to do a little bit of grinding to be able to like one-shot or two-shot the trees. But from the achievements, you can also get a chance to get double points from the trees. And then there's also a walk speed upgrade for the event. So there is some really good benefits for doing the achievements. I'm pretty sure once you collect 5,000 fall points, you get like a 500% speed boost. So make sure you guys are grinding the achievements for that. And one tip before we start this macro is make sure that you guys are running golden bananas, because they increase your walk speed for the next 3 minutes. So you guys can stack these for hours or days, and that will increase your walk speed just by putting those on. And then if you guys also have timber smoothies or craft them, those will also give you a 12% walk speed boost. So that will also give you a lot more walk speed. You can see I'm really fast now, and you can get even faster just from doing the achievements. So you can get super fast, which by having more speed, you can destroy the trees faster and get like the points faster. So that's super beneficial. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into the macro. So what you have to do to start is make sure before you even record the macro, you teleport to fall, so you're in the starting position on where you spawn. For this macro, you are going to need the Tiny Task application. I'll leave a download link to that in the description. In terms of mobile, I'm not 100% sure if you're going to be able to do the macro, unless you can find a similar application on your device or like an auto clicker or something like that. So after you teleport to the starting position, what you want to do is zoom your camera out like this. And you kind of want this tree right here in your camera view, but just make sure you're zoomed out enough so that you're going to be able to hit the trees that you want. And then once you are in this position right here, go ahead and get your Tiny Task out, start recording, and then you just want to start clicking on the trees. So click on the closest tree to you, which is this one. And then once that breaks, it'll take a couple hits. Go to the next tree that you can click right there. And then once you click that, you want to aim for the top of this third tree right here. And then that will break. And then after you hit this third tree, what you want to do is run backwards a little bit so that this tree is in your camera view. And then you want to click that tree so that you can hit that. Boom. And then you want to click on the next tree in your camera view. And then the next one will pop up right in front of your screen like that. And then I believe the last tree right here. And there we go. After you do that, very important step is before you stop the macro, before you move or anything, click teleport, and then click teleport back to the fall event so that it puts you in the exact same position that you were in, so that when the macro restarts, nothing will mess up, everything will run smoothly. And then once you're back in your starting position, you can end the recording. And that is pretty much the macro. I'll run it here in a second, but this is only a 7-tree cycle, because if you were to try and go around the entire area and get all of the trees, it's going to end up messing up, because you won't be able to fit them all in your camera view unless you zoom out like all the way. But then stuff's going to cover your screen, and there's also these benches in the area that if you run into them, it sits you down, and that will also mess up the macro. So yeah, the best method that I have found so far is what I just did. So you can either do that 7 tree route or you can do a 10 tree route. I'm not sure how that's going to work. I'll test it in a minute. But what you do is just go to this one, to here, then over here. That's 3. Go to this one, 4. This one, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It hits almost every tree except for these 4 outer trees that are kind of tucked away behind like a rocky mountain and stuff. So it'll be kind of hard to get those trees. But I think the max you can do for this macro is these 10 trees that are kind of all clustered up around the spawn area where the fountain is. Before you start your macro, make sure you go into your prefixes and then make sure that continuous playback is on. Make sure play speed is at 1x so it's not going too fast. Now let's go ahead and play it, see how it turned out. I'm not touching my mouse or keyboard. It's replicating exactly what I did. And you guys are going to be able to run this overnight. You can do this AFK. Saves you the manual grind aspect of it, because I know a lot of people do not like grinding trees at all, myself included. So this is just a really nice macro to just sit back, chill, still get the grind going, but just not so much work. And there we go. That was the macro. I didn't do anything. It's going to repeat that since you have continuous playback on. It's going to run that all night, all day, as long as you need it to. It shouldn't have any hiccups if you did it correctly. If you don't end up doing it correctly and you somehow mess up by like hitting something in the area or hitting a bench or something, just try it again. You guys will get it. It's not hard. It's actually super easy to do, especially if you're already familiar with Tiny Task. But that is the 7 tree route. I do want to try to do it with 10 of the trees. So I'm actually going to try and do that right now and just see if it works, because I'm kind of curious. I'm sure that'll be the better method if I can hit all 10 trees. So let's go ahead and try this again. We're going to hit record. We're going to hit the first tree right here. And we're going to do the exact same route all the way up to the 7 trees that we were at. And then we have to make a little bit of a turn. So make sure you remember at the 3rd tree to run backwards. And then boom, and then you just come over here. This tree will pop up in your face, hit that, and then this one in front of you. And then what you want to do after you hit this one, okay, so what you don't want to do is disconnect like I just did, but I'm back where I was. So once you hit this tree right here, there will be nothing in your view. What you want to do is run down a little bit, run to the left, and then hit this tree right here. Then hold down A, and then go down, hit this tree, then go all the way left again, right before this bench, and then you can hit this last tree right here. That is all 10 trees, and then make sure you teleport back to the area again. And let's go ahead and see if that worked. If that worked, that would be 10 out of, I think, 12 trees in this area. The only 2 we didn't include are these 2 up top, which it might be a little bit tricky to hit those ones because of this little mountain. But you guys can try to hit every tree in the area, just like the same way I'm doing this macro, but just start off by going to this tree if you don't get caught on this fence. But let's go ahead and play this macro, see how it turned out. And it looks like it's actually working perfectly fine, which is actually a surprise. I thought it would end up breaking, but it seems to be working. So you can actually hit 10 trees instead of 7. It messed up a little bit at the end there. I missed one of the trees. You might need to re-record that, but I'm pretty sure it works the exact same way as the 7 route, but just incorporates more trees, which will probably be better for extra points. So you guys can choose which one you want to do, either the 7 tree route, or if you really want as much points as you can set up the macro to hit every single tree in the area, all 12 trees. There might be some stuff that gets in your way, but if you guys can figure it out, that'd probably be the best method. But there we go. That is the complete macro using Tiny Task. This will help you guys max out your achievement super fast, so it'll definitely get your achievement way up there in the thousands. You guys will be able to get tons of points from the minigame, and maybe, if you're lucky, even get the Supreme Pet from the minigame. But anyways, guys, that is going to wrap up the video. If you did enjoy and you did find this helpful, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Peace.